this quiz here, this is actually, let's show the whole thing, just to kind of give you an initial kind of idea of what the entire quiz looks like. Um, this is the mobile version, but it should get the message across anyway. So this is the folks at the SAC. So they're a apparel brand, I would say, and they are looking to test sort of the market for this new clog, this men's clog. I believe it's called a Bolinas clog. They're looking to gather customer feedback, customer input about the product, and I think that's going to, the idea is that it'll give the team the ability to make business decisions based on the input that they receive about the product, like what the pricing should be, what the general demographic of the product will be, and just kind of the consumer's general feeling about the product. So this quiz, slightly different than the last quiz, where we were getting data from Airtable and kind of implanting it into the quiz. This quiz is intaking data, sort of like an input, field, uh, and submitting that to a Google Sheet. I'm actually not going to show the Google Sheet just because it has, some proprietary data, it has consumer data that the SAC is using for, making some business decisions, like I mentioned. But what they're doing is they have written some macros. They have some folks over there that are really, comfortable writing Excel macros. They've written some macros that will, every time new data comes in, they're effectively updating their graphs and their charts to say, um, let's say 20% of the folks that are buying this are between the ages of 21 to 29, and 10% are 30 to 39. And so if new data comes in, those percentages will update. So they just have this really nice suite of graphs and charts that they've built that are updating in real time as people are taking this quiz. And I will also mention that, kind of with things like this, where you're sort of asking something for your customers, I think it's nice to kind of incentivize them to actually give you the data and give you good data. So the SAC is offering this $250 gift card with anyone that sort of took that quiz, so long as it was active. I think it's expired now. But I just want to mention that because that is something that they're handling on their end. That's not part of something that we do in terms of um, dealing out that gift card when the time comes. But what we did handle is we helped them write the email addresses to that Google Sheet such that they effectively just have a big long list of everybody who took the quiz. And so the last question on this quiz is an email input, and that's just for that purpose. So as you kind of walk through this quiz, you're selecting the color of the shoe that you might like. Again, the size that you would wear, your age, the price that you'd be interested in paying for it, and then your email. And we're submitting all of that to that Google Sheet. They can use that to make those informed business decisions, kind of decisions about how they might advertise and things like that. And then they also have this. If you look at the first question, we have sort of two paths here of questions that can be shown to a user. And so if you select, yes, you would be interested, you're then guided through all of these questions that we were looking at before, the price, the age, and everything. But if you click no, you actually are brought down here and kind of asked to give a reason as to why you weren't interested in the product. And this data is collected as well. It's equally useful to understand why someone might want your product or why they might not want it. And so those are collected in the same place in that same Google Sheet, but the data is obviously separated kind of in post, and they can look at the reasons. Again, maybe a pie chart or something of percentage of people who selected these reasons, but then also others. So you might have someone who doesn't like it, and it's not for any of these reasons, so they're writing their own reason in there, and we're collecting that data as well. So for now, I think that is one of the more complicated quiz use cases. But again, this can be hugely beneficial for gathering data, as well as kind of offering a new experience to your clients, like the gift finder quiz. So yeah, I think those are the three examples I wanted to go through. I feel like I sprinted a little bit through all three of them. I apologize, but maybe there'll be some questions at this point.
Sure. No, that was great, Alex. Thanks so much. Just while we're on this example, I did want to take a quick moment to touch on the importance of zero-party data. So zero-party data is the information that your customers or site visitors intentionally and proactively share with you. So you don't have to worry about any sort of third-party data accuracy or security concerns. So quizzes, questionnaires, and surveys on e-commerce sites are an effective way to gather this zero-party data. Not only do they encourage consumer engagement, but as Alex mentioned, they can offer really valuable insights on your customer behavior, preferences, and segments. So they can directly influence your business decisions. We do have a blog on zero-party data, and I've posted that in the chat for your reference. If you are watching this at a later date, you can go to getfastr.com, navigate to the resources on our main navigation menu, and our blog is listed there.